In a world of endless noise, where messages flood screens and voices compete for attention, one truth remains unchanged. People long to feel seen, heard, and valued. Power, wealth, intelligence. None of it matters if you cannot win the trust, respect, and affection of others. For human beings are not machines to be commanded, but souls to be understood. How to Win Friends and Influence People is not a book about manipulation. It is a philosophy of connection. It teaches that influence is not the result of force, but of empathy. Friendship is not won by dominance, but by understanding. Success is not sustained by cleverness, but by sincerity. To live well is to master the art of human relations. Without it, even the brightest mind dies lonely. With it, even the simplest soul can move hearts and shape history. At the core of connection lies attention. To give someone your attention is to give them your life, if only for a moment. You know, most people do not really listen. They just wait for their turn to speak. But when you listen, I mean truly listen, something changes. The other person, well, they soften. Defenses start to lower, and honestly, a real bond begins to form. Think for a moment about the leader who makes eye contact, who really leans in, who even remembers your name. In their presence, you just feel important. That, right there, is influence. Not through power, but, through presence. Attention is love disguised as focus, and it costs nothing, yet it is rare. Every person carries an ego, fragile as glass. It craves recognition, fears humiliation, and longs for respect. To address someone by their name is to acknowledge their uniqueness. To remember details of their life is to affirm their worth. These are small acts, but they carry immense power. Consider the shopkeeper who greets customers by name. They return, not for the products, but for the dignity of being remembered. Consider the teacher who recalls a struggling student's interests. The student thrives, not because of curriculum, but because they feel seen. Criticism shatters ego. Recognition strengthens it. Influence comes not from making others feel small, but from reminding them of their greatness. Criticism is easy, but it is rarely effective. When attacked, the ego resists. It justifies, defends, retaliates. To scold harshly is to win an argument, but lose influence. And to humiliate is to gain obedience. But, it breeds resentment. Correction is necessary, but honestly, it must be done with wisdom. Gentle suggestion is more powerful than harsh rebuke. Praise before critique. Encourage before correcting. And always guide without condemning. Think of a parent correcting a child, saying, "You're lazy" hardens the heart. but saying, "You've done well here. I know you can do even better," inspires growth. Both point out the flaw, but only one preserves dignity. The wise know, influence is not about proving others wrong, but about guiding them toward right. If there is one universal longing, it is this: to feel important, not in vanity, but in value, to know really that one's life matters. Leaders who understand this principle move nations. Friends who live this principle create bonds unbreakable. And lovers who practice this principle, well, they sustain passion. Ask yourself, do you leave others feeling diminished or elevated? Do they feel drained or renewed in your presence? Even the smallest act can affirm importance. A compliment, a question, a word of gratitude. But it must be sincere. Flattery is manipulation. Sincerity is transformation. True influence comes from reminding others of their worth. Conflict is natural, but combat is not necessary. Most arguments are not about truth, but about ego. To argue harshly is to build walls. To find common ground is to build bridges. Begin with agreement, however small. Highlight shared values before differences. Say, "I see your point," before saying, "Here's another perspective." When people feel understood, they become open. When they feel attacked, they close. Influence is not conquest. It is persuasion born of respect. No one loves to be ordered. Commands breed compliance, but not loyalty. Questions, however, invite collaboration. Could we try this? What do you think? These simple questions really open doors. They transform hierarchy into partnership. Consider the employer who orders employees versus the one who involves them. The former may gain obedience, but the latter earns commitment. People support what they help create. To influence is to involve. Generic praise is just flattery, but sincere and specific praise is power. Good job is empty. But when you say, "The clarity of your report helped the whole team," that's impactful. It tells the person exactly what you value. Praise often, but with honesty. Recognition fuels growth more than criticism ever could. Every human blooms when watered with appreciation. Neglect them and, they wither. Words persuade, but example transforms. You cannot demand honesty if you lie. You cannot demand diligence if you are careless. You cannot demand kindness if you are cruel. The greatest influence is lived, not spoken. People may resist your words, but they cannot deny your example. The friend who embodies loyalty, they shape others effortlessly. Influence is not in what you demand, but in what you demonstrate. Many fear admitting mistakes, believing it weakens authority. In truth, it strengthens trust. You know, to say, "I was wrong," really disarms hostility. It shows humility and, well, it invites respect. The man who cannot admit fault becomes brittle, defensive, unteachable. But you see, the one who can is flexible, trusted, human. Influence, I believe, grows when pride diminishes. The true measure of influence isn't about winning arguments or gaining followers. It's really about whether people leave your presence better than they entered. Do they feel more capable, more hopeful, more dignified? Or do they feel diminished, unseen, disheartened? Every interaction is an opportunity. With a smile, a kind word, a listening ear, you can change the course of someone's day, even their life. Influence is not manipulation. It is service. It is leaving others stronger. At its heart, how to win friends and influence people is not about strategy, but about philosophy, respect, human dignity. See people not as obstacles, but as souls. Speak not to win arguments, but to win trust. Live not to dominate, but to uplift. The giant within awakens not just in discipline and achievement, but in kindness and connection. To influence is not to coerce, but to care. To win friends is not to trick, but to understand. Connection is not optional. It is the fabric of life, and those who master it do not just succeed. They make the world gentler, wiser, more human. Sending lots of love to you. Until next time.